Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome to my channel. Today I've compiled a list of pretty girl perfumes. They're giving girl next door. She's just the picture of perfection, honestly. First one on the list is Super's Queen of Chambord. This is a beautiful vanilla forward fragrance. It's fluffy, powdery, delicate, beautifully sweet, but not like sugar overload. This is complemented nicely with a prominent coconut in the mix. There are red berries, which add like a beautiful, added girly factor. They bring in a little bit of tartness. There's a likable, fluffy musk. It's warm, cozy, cocooning. It's honestly such a comforting, easy reach kind of profile. And then it's got like a soft background of florals. There's violet, peony, and jasmine. This is, if you're not someone who gravitates towards floral fragrances, I want to let that deter you because they're really in the background. They're soft because this is really a beautiful, powdery, vanilla, coconut, berry Gourmand mainly. And this has great performance. I get all day wear out of this with a strong projection. This is an absolute mood booster for me. Like whenever I smell this, it never fails to make me happy. This is my favorite, like specifically candied violet perfume. It's so unbelievably whimsical, girly, fairy-like. It smells like a little fairy. Her dress is made out of dainty little violet petals, and she just made these cute little raspberry vanilla tarts sprinkled in powdered sugar. You got the buttercream frosting. It's delicious, like a delicious floral gourmand. Some people interpret the note of violet to bring in kind of like a vintage character to a profile. This is a very lively, magical, youthful scent. So you do have to like it powdery, but you don't have to worry about this going into a more classic direction. And then you've got Ambroxan in the mix, really helping this perfume last. The Giardini di Toscana fragrances have great performance. I get like 8 hours moderate projection out of this one. Yeah, it just smells like pure joy, fairies, and delicious treats. Giardini di Toscana Celeste. I am so excited to talk about this fragrance. It is about damn time we've had a sorbet fragrance and someone that does sorbet right. I present to you Guava Sorbet from Brandt. Are you kidding me? This smells incredible. I totally get the guava sorbet experience. It's tart, sweet, and it has that smooth texture of sorbet. Guava and passion fruit give it an authentic fruity juiciness, and then bergamot, mandarin, and grapefruit add this refreshing tart citrus quality, like how sorbet has a tang to it. Sugar crystals adding sweetness, but it's not too sweet. It remains a refreshing sorbet. It's not like getting shave ice and squeezing on all these syrups and then you've got a nice puddle of red 40, blue 1, and yellow 6 at the bottom. This is very wearable, perfect for summer, and if you're someone who doesn't reach for literal gourmands, I wouldn't steer away from this. It still has a bit of a perfumey quality to it because it has some soft florals in the background, jasmine, osmanthus, there's also musk, and the website says this is perfect for those who want their fragrances to be both refined and also a bit whimsical, and I couldn't agree more. This was kindly gifted to me from the brand. I love it, and I'd say this and Bois de Santal are my top favorites from Brandt. And I get about 4 hours moderate projection. An OG pretty girl in my collection, Parfums de Marly Cassili. She's just delightful. Just a very cheerful, bright, pretty girl perfume. She's not challenging. It's an easy reach. She gets me compliments. She puts me in a good mood. She reaches this unbelievable level of addiction for me, layered with Vanilla 28, show-stopping, truly. Yeah, I really enjoy her. It smells like fuzzy, beautiful peaches, even though peaches aren't listed. So many people also smell peaches from Cassili. There's plum in here, and usually, like 9 times out of 10, when I smell plum in fragrances, it comes off in a very deep, dark, rich way, and maybe it's paired with like a boozy note or tobacco, and it just has more of like a dark, intense, more overwhelming presence. And here, this is like a very fresh, light, crisp plum. Very uplifting. You have the red berries to bring in a beautiful tart quality. Like you get some tartness, you know, from Delina in this line that's coming from rhubarb. I really enjoy how Parfum de Marly does a tart twist, but it's not as polarizing, I will say. Like absolutely, it's not as polarizing, that tart quality in Cassili versus Delina. Delina, people will feel, you know, more strongly about that, but this is a very crowd-pleasing fragrance. And then we've got Frangipani, gives it a beautiful, warm, floral character. It doesn't take it into the tropical direction for me. Like it doesn't explicitly smell like summer or like you're on a tropical island or beachy, something like that. I feel like this is spring in a bottle. And then you've got some sweetness from vanilla and tonka bean that come out a bit more as it dries down. And I get about 6 hours with moderate projection. Then we've got Rirana Vanilla Tea. This is a beautiful, very easy to like tea fragrance. The note of tea can be hit or miss for me. I think the note smells great, but often, I mean, it's such an aromatic note. I personally prefer to have it paired with other notes to give it a bit of creaminess, a bit of sweetness, and that's exactly what this is. It smells like high tea, tea time with the girls, wearing beautiful sundresses. They've got a little corset moment. Maybe we've got a little ruffle making an appearance. So it's fresh from the tea, but then it's got this gorgeous sweetness from sugar, vanilla, apricot, pear. So it's fruity. It's like a fruity tea. And then you've put some like vanilla cream, a little bit of that in your tea, some, you know, sugar cubes. It's got a beautiful ambrette. I love this clean muskiness, and then there's like a light honeysuckle in the background, so it's like there's honeysuckle bushes around you. I think it's just effortlessly very pretty, and I get about 6 hours with moderate projection. And then this is actually my first fragrance from Le Monde Gourmand. I hadn't picked up any of their fragrances prior to this point just because I've heard so much about how they just don't last, but they recently collaborated with 3 perfume content creators on TikTok, and they said they really worked on the longevity of the fragrances for this collection. So I blind bought this. This is Pêche Délicieuse in collaboration with Jade. It smells like peach ring candies. So good. It does have a bit of a background cinnamon crumble vibe to it, but it's not too loud. Like I don't smell this and I'm like, that smells like a pastry straight up. And the cinnamon isn't too loud, but adds a nice background of a warm spice. But at the forefront, it is peach ring candies, caramel, and vanilla. It's not like this complex scent, but I haven't smelled anything quite like it. Warm, sweet, fruity, girly. I freaking love the price point on this. I think it was like $28, and it's got decent performance. I get about 5 hours, moderate projection. It's just girly fun. It smells bomb, like great on its own. You can also layer it with things, like if you want to add, you know, this yummy sweet gourmand quality to another fragrance. You want to throw peach in the mix. I think this would be great, you know, paired with other spicy scents or a woody scent, other fruits, vanilla. It's yummy. Then we've got Bond Number 9, Greenwich Village. This perfume is one of my favorite lychee fragrances. It has such an airy, cloud-like character to it. Beautiful sugar crystal, kind of sweetness, but it's also very fresh because of the florals. There's peony, water lily, and jasmine. The water lily brings in kind of this like transparent little bit of an aquatic feel in the mix, almost like you're standing next to a Clearwater Creek but wearing this girly sweet perfume. So you get the juicy, playful fruitiness from lychee, added sweetness from praline, vanilla, and then it's got ambroxan, musk, oak moss to ground it. This is like a cousin to Baccarat Rouge 540, but it's definitely different enough to where you could have both in your collection and it wouldn't be redundant, because this goes into a whole new direction with the florals, with the lychee, the fresh take. It's more girly, it's giving spring, but you get the familiar airy sweetness. And I get about 7 hours moderate projection. Also, by the way, this is a very expensive perfume. You do not need to be buying this full retail price. In fact, I recommend you don't. I advise you don't. There's no need, because you can get it on discount sites. I'll link a deal below for you. Favorite Mind Games fragrance? I am hooked on this one. The smell is unreal. This is Leonora. Also, I have not tried this yet, but I think this would make a bomb layering combo. This with Brant Guava Sorbet. I might have just cooked there. The passion fruit apricot combo in here is glorious. So freaking juicy, fresh, just like ripe, sweet, creamy. The sweetness is amplified by tonka bean. You have lactones in the mix, giving it that addictive, creamy, smooth feel, and then a bouquet of freesia and osmanthus. This is not floral heavy to my nose, but I can definitely smell them in there. They just complement the fruity notes so nicely. They just add to this feminine, bright character, and I get about 4 hours moderate projection. And then this is actually the perfume that inspired the video for me. I think this is an ultimate pretty girl perfume. This is really a perfume you have to experience, because looking at the note breakdown, it's hard to imagine what this could smell like. Like, I had no idea, you know, going into this, spraying this on for the first time. I'm like, is this gonna be super fruity? Is it gonna be super nutty? What the heck does silk smell like? This is beautifully executed. It is done in such a refined, ultra smooth way. It really has this delicate, dainty nature to it. So to me, it smells like a woman wearing this silk slip dress, very simple, but it's timeless, and she's sitting by herself at a little corner bakery wearing kitten heels, and she's eating like this light, fluffy angel food cake. So it's got a little bit of a gourmand character to it, but I can't stress enough, like, this is not a straight up gourmand. It's just got elements of this gourmand sweetness. So it's light, airy, and then you get this beautiful blackcurrant in the mix. It smells fresh, natural, like blackcurrant compote drizzle. You get this warm cocooning feel from the chestnut, but again, it's not like toasted, roasted, nutty. The cacao I interpret to be like a soft white chocolate dusting. There's a floral component to this. It's just beautiful, like completely effortless, but I can tell a lot of effort went into making this one. It's also a scent that I find myself craving. Like, the more I wear it, the more I smell it, the more I want to smell it and wear it. I get about 7 hours with a moderate projection. If you are a strawberry girl, you have to smell this one. Kiss a Pink by Paris Corner. No strawberry mentioned, but the consensus widely is that it does indeed smell like strawberries, just like with Cassili smelling like peaches. You also get a bit of a fresh red apple in the mix, and then you definitely get coconut vanilla. It smells like coconut milk. This is very creamy, has a bit of a powdery presence as well from the violet. There are some florals in the mix here, but they're more delicate, and the main focus is on the fruit, the coconut, the vanilla. It smells like sugared strawberries in like vanilla coconut milk. It definitely smells pink, very girly, and just yummy. And I get about 4 hours with intimate projection. I feel like A Polly Pocket would smell like this. I loved Polly Pockets when I was a kid. They don't make them the same anymore. It's such a shame. And that wraps up my list for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. If you want to see me, of course, in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so, so much. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!